Hello students, I hope you all had a fun vacation. Today we will start the chapter Continents and Oceans. It is the chapter 4 in your social studies textbook and begins at page number 277. So, as we all know, our planet has huge masses of land that are surrounded by even larger water bodies. These land masses are called continents and the water bodies surrounding them can broadly be called oceans. We will discuss more about these in detail as we switch over to the PowerPoint presentation. Dear students, millions of years ago, before the human civilization came to be, there used to be only one large landmass called Pangaea. This landmass was a supercontinent which encompassed all the landmass that we have available even today. Over years, this landmass broke off and these pieces drifted around the ocean to form the separate continents with which we are familiar today. This phenomena is called the continental drift. We will learn more about the present day continents as we move forward. So students, as we can see, Pangaea broke off to form the 7 continents of the planet Earth. These 7 continents are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia, and Antarctica. Let's take a look at these continents on the map given to us. As we can see, we have North America between the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. We have Europe that lies to the west of Asia, and we have Africa that lies to the south of Europe and Asia. We also have Antarctica at the southernmost point of our planet, and Australia lies between Asia and Antarctica. Our planet also has 5 oceans. These are the Pacific Ocean, which is the largest ocean on our planet, the Atlantic Ocean, which is the busiest ocean on our planet. It is the busiest ocean because A, it lies between the continents of Americas and Africa, where a lot of waterway and traffic happens. A lot of trade, travel, and cruise ships travel through the Atlantic Ocean on a daily basis. We also have the Indian Ocean, which lies to the south of the continent of Asia and to the immediate south of our own country, India. Indian Ocean is particularly famous for its beautiful coral reefs and tropical islands. Moving forward, we have the Arctic Ocean, which forms the northernmost point of our planet, and the Antarctic Ocean, which lies to the southern edge of our planet. The Antarctic Ocean is also called the Southern Ocean. On to the first continent, that is Asia. Students, Asia is the largest continent in the world. It is so large that it covers over 1/3 of the total landmass that we have available to us today. The continent of Asia is surrounded by water on 3 sides. It has the Pacific Ocean to the east, the Arctic Ocean on the north, and the Indian Ocean in the south. Asia, in addition to being the largest continent in the world, is also the world's most populous continent. By populous, I mean Asia has the largest number of people residing in it. It is easy to believe so because countries like India and China, where the population density is very high, are part of this continent. The continents of Asia and Europe, since they share a common landmass, are sometimes together referred to as Eurasia. Moving on to the continent of Europe. Students, Europe is a small continent located entirely in the northern hemisphere. It is connected to Asia by land, mostly through the Ural mountain range, and is surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea on the south side. The Mediterranean Sea forms the divide between the continent of Europe, Asia, and Africa on the southern border. The continent of Europe is further connected to Asia and Africa by the Suez Canal that is a very important waterway for the global trade. The Suez Canal facilitates trade between 3 major continents, Asia, Africa, and Europe, on a daily basis. Moving on to the continent of Africa. Students, Africa is the only continent through which four major grid lines pass. The four major grid lines include the Tropic of Cancer, which lies at 23.5 degrees north, the equator, which divides our planet into two equal hemispheres, and the Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. In addition to these three key latitudes, the prime meridian, that is the 0 degrees longitude, also passes through the continent of Africa. Africa is surrounded by three water bodies. It has the Mediterranean Sea to the north, as we just discussed with Europe. It has the Indian Ocean to the east, and the Atlantic Ocean forms the western border of this continent. Students, in addition to the very famous Sahara Desert, Africa is also home to the Kalahari Desert, which is the home to one of the largest diamond mines in the world. Moving on to the continent of North America. Students, the continent of North America is surrounded by the Arctic Ocean to the north, the Atlantic Ocean in the east, the Pacific Ocean in the west. It lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. We just discussed another continent that lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. Care to guess which one? Yes, the continent of Europe. North America, just like Europe, lies entirely in the northern hemisphere of our planet. It is also the home to famous countries such as the United States of America and Canada. Moving forward to the continent of South America. As the name suggests, the continent of South America lies directly below the continent of North America. It is surrounded by oceans on all sides. The continent of South America is particularly famous for its rich, dense Amazonian rainforests. Did you know that the Amazon rainforests are the densest forests in the world? It is no surprise, therefore, that they are called the lungs of our planet. The Amazonian rainforests include the basin of the second largest river in the world, that is the Amazon River. Countries such as Brazil, Chile, and Peru are also located in the continent of South America. Students, the Amazonian rainforest and the Amazon River basin cross through nearly 10 countries in the continent of South America. In addition to Brazil, Chile, and Peru, we have a few more countries such as Bolivia, Guyana, Venezuela, Costa Rica, Panama, and so on. The continent of Antarctica. Antarctica is located in the southern hemisphere entirely. Just as North America and Europe lie completely in the northern hemisphere, the continent of Antarctica is located in the southern hemisphere. South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent. This gives us an idea that the continent of Antarctica must be very, very cold because the area around the South Pole, that is the southernmost point of our planet, receives very little sunlight and heat throughout the year. It is hence no surprise that the continent of Antarctica is covered in thick ice throughout the year. It is also probably why we call the continent of Antarctica the frozen continent. Do you know that different countries have set up their research facilities in the continent of Antarctica to study climatic changes, polar ice caps, and even the progression of life and evolution? Moving forward to the continent of Australia. Students, Australia is also called the island continent, and it is unique in more than one ways. Australia, in addition to being a complete continent in itself, is also a single country. No other continent other than Australia is an independent single country on its own. All the other continents have more than one country inside them. Australia, by contrast, is an independent single country in addition to being a complete continent in itself. It is also the smallest continent in the world. Australia is particularly unique because it is surrounded by water on all sides by a very great margin. It is also famous because of the presence of Great Barrier Reef, the largest coral reef in the world. Did you know that Australia, New Zealand, and a few smaller islands collectively are sometimes called Australasia? New Zealand and its neighboring islands collectively are also called Oceania. Dear students, I hope you enjoyed today's class. This was it for today. We will continue in the next class and discuss in detail the different oceans of our planet. Till then, I hope you read through your chapters and mark down if you face any difficulties. We will discuss them once we meet again. See you.